Hello, my savvy service providers, scaling to 10K months. Happy Monday. I am so excited to be here. Today we are talking about the strategy that helped me add 932 people to my list in the past year. And with that has created at least 56K in sales. And so yes, adding to the list, but sales is what I'm really concerned about. So we are going to talk about that. But first, let me know how your weekend was. I'm going to pull this up in the group. We had a beautiful weekend. I had a super bougie weekend. If you follow me on Instagram stories, I was like, I am getting bougie this weekend. Like, we had Marie's mommy daughter birthday facial on Saturday. And this is something I love doing with all of my girls. We've been doing it for like 4 or 5 years now. So they get a little facial and I get a facial and we do it together. Their skin is beautiful. They really don't need anything, but I love my business pays for this. I love being able to pay for this and to show them like you can take care of your skin. Like, this is a good thing to do, is to take care of yourself and just to model that for them. It's not something my mom did. It's definitely not stuff my grandmother did. Like, I come from a lineage of like hardworking, up from your bootstraps kind of women. And so doing frivolous or extravagant things are just like not something I was trained to do growing up. It's something I very much had to give myself permission to do. And so I love taking my girls for these facials, even though their skin is beautiful. Again, they don't need anything, but just to show them like it's okay to do this. It's okay to take time for yourself. It's okay to spend money and resources on this stuff. So that was fun. And then yesterday, Sunday, I went and got a chakra balancing massage, which is something I've never had before. I've only had regular massages, and this was amazing. Like, I'm never going to do a regular massage again. I mean, if somebody wants to gift it to me, I'll take it. But if I'm going to go spend my money and resources, it is going to be energetic work with the body work, because that combination was just so good. I, kind of did this in tandem with the new moon. So getting kind of blue there, but that was just my fun weekend. I hope y'all had a nice weekend. The weather here is beautiful. So if you join live, say hello, ask your questions. I want this to be like a really good conversation for you. And I wanted to have this conversation because there's so much nuance to it. So that's what we're talking about today, is the strategy that helped add 932 people to my list, because like so many of you, I was in a position where I saw my reach go down. So when there are less people seeing your stuff, there's less people booking calls, there's less people on your landing pages, there's less clients coming in, there's less cash. And so, again, it's not just about reach for the sake of virality, but it's about reach to actually get someone to get on a call with you, or actually go to your landing page and to buy what you are selling. Like, it's huge. It has a direct impact on your cash. So if you've seen your reach go down, like I did, this is definitely a good conversation for you at any point in your business. So I saw the writing on the wall. Excuse me. Had a salad. My pecans are like stuck in my throat. So I saw the writing on the wall. I decided to implement a new strategy and had some amazing results. So that's what we're talking about today. If you have seen reach go down, if you have seen sales dried up, if you have seen people not booking consults, or when they do book consults, they're not the right fit, or they're looking at your offer as a nice to have, not a need to have, or they're saying you're great, but you're too expensive, or they're ghosting you after the call, grab a coaching consult. I have one spot. I just had a client who was going to start November 1st, push it earlier. So she's starting like ASAP. Like, she messaged me, was just like, I can't wait a couple weeks. Like, can we start now? And I was like, of course, you have your spot. Let's start now. So we're doing her strategic 90-minute intensive, not intensive, kickoff session tomorrow. So I have a one-to-one spot I can open on November 1st. I just wanted to make sure I didn't overbook myself, because I also have someone else starting on that date. But I do a 90-minute kickoff session. I also build traffic dashboards. So there's a lot that comes with onboarding. So I didn't want to have too many people at once. But again, she pushed her stuff this week. So now I've got a one-to-one spot for November 1st. So if you want to, talk about what working together could look like, if you hear this stuff today and you're like, I don't want to wait, I don't want things to get worse, I see the writing on the walls, have a consult and we'll talk about why this is happening, what gaps I would see us working on closing together, so that at least you know your best next steps, like whether we are going to work together for 6 months or a week-long intensive or not. You will at least know, like, okay, I'm not crazy, like these are real things that are happening and I can solve them right now. And then again, we'll talk about like what partnering together would look like and what I would see us working on. So again, I had the client who like wants to start ASAP. So that's really fun to have the consults open up for the November spot. So let's dive into this conversation. I've got pulled up in the group. So let's talk about the results. Again, it added 932 people to my list. And I meant to look up how many people were on my list before, and I didn't do that. I forgot. But it added 932 people, and my Instagram growth has also gone up. So I'm currently only at 950 followers on Instagram. I've crossed 1.2 million in lifetime cash. So I haven't even crossed 1,000 followers yet. So I'm very proud of that. But the growth has been there as well. Again, I meant to look up that number before I started this strategy, and that was like my thought on Saturday, and I didn't do it this morning. I've actually had consults, so I've been busy and supporting clients in between sessions. But it's grown everything, like not just my list, not just followers, but literal cash, literal clients. And it's been right fit clients too. Again, I've over 56K in new sales. Over half of my roster is people who work with me for over 4 years. The other half are people who are an amazing fit. I've got 100% renewal rate for the past 5 months. So this strategy is not just adding people to Instagram, people to my list, but very much adding clients and cash. And these clients are amazing. And they are the right fit. And that is so important to say, because when they're the right fit, they're getting results from this work together. Like, my clients are crushing it right now. Like, and I know I keep saying this on live streams, but I want to be a voice for what's real and true. Like, yes, the online space is crowded. Yes, it's noisy. Like, yes, like everything is a dumpster fire. Yes, AI, like all those things are true, and you can still get really great results. And some of my clients that are getting the great results right now aren't even implementing the strategy that I'm talking about. So like, it's not to say like this is the strategy, but this is how I want you to think as a CEO. Like, I want you to make money now, and I want you to make money years from now. And so this is part of that conversation about knowing how to think as a CEO, not just a service provider who's like scrounging for the next client, but literally problem solving and stepping up. So again, that's why I only offer one-to-one, because fit is very much, very much one of my values. I'm discerning for fit as much as you are on a call. If you book a call and we're not a fit to work together, I am happy to tell you. But that's why my clients get such great results, is because of this relationship and the magic and the coaching chemistry that we have. And so, yes, it's about dollars and numbers and adding growth, but it's also just about supporting freaking amazing humans and then seeing their ROI from their investment and them getting results. Like, that just excites me and is why I literally do what I do. So let's talk about the problem. We're going to get in literally to this strategy, I promise, but I'm going to break this down first so that, again, you learn how to think. So you're not just hearing the strategy and you're like, oh, this is what Jordan did. This is what I need to do. Like, I would never want someone to do that. So I'm going to take you through problem solving steps so that even if I'm not coaching you, one-to-one, like, you can at least know how to think. And that is so important. So about a year ago, I saw my reach go down, and I know it's not just me. This is across the board. Like, sales are slower, engagement slowing down, consults slowing down, people not booking, people going to your landing pages but not buying, things just kind of feeling like a ghost town. Or like everyone, like, you're posting consistently, but like no one is seeing it, no one's engaging, or the right people aren't seeing it. And, this is when, kind of like, if you go back to our conversation, I guess it was last week, what used to work, just being consistent, just showing up, offering a PDF, offering a training, like, just doing those actions isn't what's working anymore. So again, go back and listen to the live stream about that, or DM me and I can send you the exact link. But I saw the writing on the wall. I saw reach way down. I saw people not booking calls despite me putting it out there all the time, despite showing my face off, like, just showing up. I think showing my face off is the right term, but showing up, selling my face off, doing those things. I was not making sales. I was not making cash. Cash was down, and that is not fun. That is a scary place to be, especially if you are used to multi six figures. It's like, what is happening? It is very scary. And again, I know this was not just a me thing. This is across the board. So please do not make yourself wrong. Um, I love having a one-to-one coach because it helps me get a taste of everything else and what's going on with everybody else. That's why I only offer one-to-one. I see behind the scenes of so many clients, so I can reflect that to them. Like, this is just something that everyone is dealing with. It's not just a you thing. Or on the flip side, it is helpful to be like, actually, this is a you thing. Like, everybody else is kind of killing it with this. We need to figure out what's going on with yours, off whatever it is. So it can go both ways. But again, we'll talk about a few reasons why reach is down for pretty much everyone. Well, first being the online space is crowded, it's noisy. There are so many people online. I was just talking on a consult this morning. There's so many people online doing what you do. Like, it is not enough to just be good at what you do anymore. Like, it's that's the bare minimum, kind of. Like, we have to just be good at what we do, but it's not going to sell itself. Our experience, our expertise, our certifications, our degrees, that does not sell itself. So it is very much a time where just being good at what you do alone isn't going to get you seen, isn't going to get you paid. And the world, our country is just on fire. Like, let's just call it what it is. I'm not going to get political, but like, every single day, we're all just like staring at a dumpster fire. And so there's so many places for people to direct their attention online. And it's typically going to the fires. It's typically going to the bad stuff, just because that's like how our brains, like, we see a car wreck and we can't not stare at it. And this is a random side note, but I was listening to a podcast where it talks about war, and the biggest kind of war right now is war for our attention and how real that is. And again, typically, like, we're giving our attention to the dumpster fires online, to the bad stuff, not to your amazing services. And so I just want you to like think about that, for everyone. Like, we are so good at what we do, but if your potential client's attention is like caught up in like all the shit show that is the news right now, it's just going to be harder to be seen. So that is important to say and name. And that's why I am so intentional when I go online. I am not willing to give my attention to trash. Like, when I go online, I know it's to connect. I know it's to create. It is not typically to consume. Like, I am very strategic about where I give my attention and who I give my attention to. So kind of a side note, but the other piece we've been talking about, consumer trust, is at an all-time low. So even if people are seeing your stuff, maybe they've been burned. So they scam, they're just like, oh, I've seen that before. It burned me. It didn't work. Or maybe, I've had people like literally message me in my DMs, like, thinking that this is too good to be true. Like, I'll share client wins and client results, and they're like, you what? Like, are you sure? And like, some of these people are like, they're my friends. They're like friends who own businesses. They're not just like random people on the internet who are like, she's a fraud. Like, these are literal people that I know personally, and they're like, Jordan, are you kidding me? You have clients making $200,000 to $300,000 in cash. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And so I get that. And so your potential clients may see that too and be like, this is too good to be true. Like, this cannot be real. Or, they don't trust themselves to invest again. Like, they've been burned and they're like, I just don't trust myself. Like, I didn't show up for it, or it wasn't the right investment. So I don't trust myself to make that decision again. So this is all very real stuff that is causing reach to be down, is causing, your consults to dip, or your landing page conversions to dip. And then, of course, we have to talk about AI. Like, people aren't going online to consume information and learn like they used to. Now they're going to Chat GPT. Or the vet is like texting about you, Penny. But people aren't, like, when I heard like one business coach talking about this, like, when she had a baby, she was going to Instagram, and now like people having babies go to Chat GPT, and like, that is so true. Like, I personally wasn't going to Instagram when I had a baby, but I was Googling, I was looking up stuff on YouTube. And now people are just going to Chat GPT. So that is very much something that is taking attention away. Even as a business coach, like, I know there are people who are like asking Chat GPT how to build a multi-six-figure business, which I did a post about that today because that is so dangerous. And we can all see this, like, collectively, and be like, do not ask Chat GPT to build you a multi-six-figure business. Do not ask it to give you therapy. Do not ask it to diagnose your medical condition. Like, and people still do that. And so we know if you're supporting someone with their health or wellness journey or their business or whatever, they are also being pulled to ChatGPT just because it's so easy. It's literally right there. And it gives the appearance of personalized information, even though it can be totally wrong. So all of that is like not just your problem, it's everyone's problem. And it's something that you can't just fix right now. Like AI is not going away. Like online trust, like hopefully it'll get better. But I mean, it's kind of good to have a little level of mistrust because people did get burned by people who weren't who they said they were. And like for me personally, that has helped me up my game with like, oh, you need transparency? I will give you transparency. I will give you videos. I will get on the call with you. I'll get on the call with your spouse. I'll let you talk to clients. Like I'll give you what you need. And that has helped me like really step up that game and take down the wall and take down that any other level of just like separation between you and me before you hire me. So again, I think that is a good thing, but your biggest asset as a CEO is to be able to see all of this and like pivot and be able to make changes and not, see the writing on the wall and see what your business needs and be able to problem solve and get it what it needs. So that's why I'm teasing all this out, because I want you to be able to problem solve. And what I typically see people do, the mistakes I typically see people make is if reach is drying up, that means leads are down, and that can go on for months and even years at this point. And the mistake most people make is just to keep doing the same thing and hope that things change, or they repurpose old content that used to work, like this masterclass used to work, these posts used to work, these sales emails used to work. They just keep reusing those, thinking it's gonna work this time, it's gonna work. Or they just regurgitate content from ChatGPT or Claude. Like we know we can smell that a mile away. Or they get like a trending reels membership, or they go out and buy the perfect course or the perfect program that's going to fix everything. And it's just like they're solving the wrong problem, but they literally just don't know what to do. Some people aren't doing anything. They're just sticking their head in the sand. They're like, everything is down. I don't know. Hopefully I can ride out the wave and hopefully things get better. If you're in a good cash position where you can handle that and your money, your family economy can handle that, great, good for you. I'm not in that position. My family very much relies on my income. Like we're a 2-income household. So I was not in a position to just be like, ride this out. Hopefully things get better. I was like, this needs to be fixed. I see a lot of people blaming AI, getting mad at their audience, blaming the algorithm, and like that's all fair. You can be mad and blame, but then we got to work through it and like take some next steps. And they keep wasting weeks, months, years when they could just be solving the problem. So let's talk about the strategy I did. I've teased it out long enough. And the strategy was ads. And this was honestly never a strategy I thought that I would do. So that's number one, because I've talked recently about like things I'm going back on that I never thought I would. And this is another one. I'm mea culpa, willing to say I never thought I would do this because I was a one-to-one. I am a one-to-one coach. That's all I offer. So volume is not a problem I need to solve, but reach is a problem I needed to solve. So that was kind of like the catalyst for this. Like I have a tiny roster. At any given point, I don't even have a spot to open because most of my clients renew and stay for years. So I literally don't have a ton of things to offer people. It's like you get a week-long one-to-one intensive. I do 2 of those a month. And right now I've got a one-to-one spot coming available. After that, I don't know when it will be depending on renewals. So it's not like I needed to sell a bunch of things. So that's, a reason I never thought I would do it. I'm so glad I did though. Another reason is I've just had clients who are burned by this strategy who paid thousands of dollars, like $3,000 a month to ads managers or whatever they're called, ads marketing people. And they have been burned. They have flushed so much money down the toilet. And that is a huge problem. And that honestly scared me too. But let's kind of talk about what it looks like. I run ads in-house. So it costs me less to get a lead than it did for me to pay a VA to post in a bunch of different Facebook groups. And the leads I get are so much better quality. Like the people who come to me and book consults, I am so excited to talk to them. I'm so excited to get on a call with them. They're humans that like typically I want to work with and want to support. I truly work with the best humans. Like my roster, like I love these people. I know them. I know their families. I know their kids. I know their kids' schedules. Like I am so invested in them as humans. So it's so important to me that these are the right fits coming in. I also have just a stupid high ROI on ads. Like, I mean, my leads cost $2 to $3. My last master class, just to give you a little bit of context, the conversion rate on that landing page for ads for cold traffic was 80%. Like, I've gotten really good at these, and it helps me know like my organic marketing, like they work together in tandem. And again, I get a high ROI on it. So it looked like investing in a training. That's what I did. It was a skill that I was like, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to bring it in house. So if you're interested, let me know because I do have an affiliate link. This is the only thing I have affiliate links for because I truly believe in this. And when you use the link to purchase, you get more one-to-one calls, which is again one-to-one person. So that is just so valuable. But I just want to say that like this was brand new to me. I'd been in business for 9 years. This was something I was scared. Like I saw other people like, oh, I'm too scared to do that. But like I literally was like, okay, I don't know the first thing about ads. This is a learnable thing. I'm honestly kind of terrified just because of what I've seen online. I've seen clients who wasted thousands, flushed money down the toilet, didn't get any clients. But I trusted myself to go all in. Just like I trusted myself 4 years ago to hire my forever one-to-one coach, I fundamentally trusted myself that like I know I can trust myself to show up for this. I trust myself that I'm making the right decision. I trust myself that I'm solving the right problem. I trust myself to show up and get an ROI. I had to trust myself to do all of that, just like I did a coach, just like with ads when you're learning something new, trusting yourself that you are making the right decision and that you will show up and figure this out. So that's what I had to do. That was the biggest conversation I had with my coach when I was kind of deciding this. Like we spent a whole session just around talking this through. And what I came to as my conclusion is that it was risky not to do ads. Like it was risky not to get my reach up. It was risky not to have leads, not to have clients coming in. It was risky to not plug this gap that was getting bigger and bigger. And so let's just talk about the money aspect of it. Like implementing this strategy did cost money. Like I kept paying my VA at the time to post in all these different Facebook groups. I paid for the course, which cost money. Then I also had to pay for the ads, like literally to run them. And that was all extra money while my cash was down. So that feels really important to say. And again, like once we got, like I got trained on ads, got those up and running, I stopped my VA from like posting in all these different Facebook groups, which she does some now just literally because we have hours to use. So it's like, why not? Otherwise they get wasted. But it's so much cheaper. But I had to do that extra investment, take that extra time, invest in multiple things, spend more money when my cash was down, when clients were down, when I didn't have people coming in and booking. Like that is scary, but that is CEO level thinking. And so again, whether you're thinking about doing ads or not is like fundamentally, please understand this, that just when cash goes down is typically when business owners like pinch their pennies, they pull back on everything. And that's the opposite. Like I've been in business for 10 years. It's typically the opposite of what you need to do. It's the opposite of what your business is requiring you. Your business requires you to double down, get support, fix the problem because you're cutting back on everything. And like if I had not done the ads, if I had cut back on my spending with my VA, I can't imagine where I would be today. Like, I guess I'd still be in business. I don't know. Like, I cannot predict it. I would have at least just barely maintained. Like, again, I have 57% of my clients who've been with me for over 4 years. So those people probably would have stayed, but that probably would have been it. I would have not brought any new people in the door. And so it did require me to invest more. I was already investing. I've been investing for 4 years in a high level one-to-one coach. In addition to that, I had to learn this new skill. I had to do the, course to learn how to do this in-house. I had to spend money just to test it because ads, like it's a learning curve. It kind of requires you to fail to have things not work. And that is so valuable, but you've got to keep going. So again, I had cash go down and I invested even more. And that is so scary. But again, that is CEO level thinking. That is like not giving into fear, not giving into scarcity, seeing like, okay, this is the problem to solve. It's not just like, I don't know the problem to solve. Let me just throw money at it. Like, I am not saying that. Like, if you are going to spend money, if your cash is down, you've got to make sure this is the right problem to solve. So again, grab a coaching consult and you'll at least know the right problem to solve, because I'm not saying just throw money at anything. Please do not do that. Please know the right problem to solve and then figure out the right support to close that gap, because no one has bags of money sitting around. But I still figured it out, and I ended up just cutting in other places so that I could allocate more funds and cash for this. So that's what I did. I saw the problem. I trusted myself to fix it. I gave myself the skills. I gave myself the runway to figure this out, make mistakes, solve it. And then I had to lean into failing. I had to lean into learning along the way. I had to lean into making mistakes. Like, I've had all kinds of random shit happen with my ads, like just random tech stuff, just like things that you can't even predict, or things that you're like, okay, just kind of wasted some money on that, but it's a good learning process. It's taught me so many things. But again, I have made $56,000 off of it. I've added 932 people to my list. I've grown my reach. Like, this conversation isn't just around ads. Please hear that. Most of my clients don't run ads. And if I think about like two of my clients right now specifically, just in the past weeks, like the past couple weeks, they've made over $100,000, combined in sales. Neither of them are running ads. They're on track for their biggest years ever. Neither of them are running ads. So please do not hear this and think Jordan runs ads, Jordan's talking about ads. Please do not. I was in year 9 of my business before it made sense to run ads. This was a whole conversation, plus, in between support with my coach to figure out if this was the right thing, the right time, the right problem to solve. Did I have the money? Did I have the time to invest in all of this? And so, again, this is not to say like, this is what you need to do. This is the strategy that you need. I am not saying that. Please do not hear that. But I do want you to think about, and this is why I only offer one-to-one support, and why I give conflicting advice to my clients all day, because I can tell one client one thing that would be detrimental to another client, but it literally depends on their business, the problem that we're solving, what their business needs, what they need as a human, like what their capacity is. So there's so many things that come into play, because everyone's business needs something different at any given point. And so it makes zero sense. And I would be so out of integrity to be like, everybody here just needs to run ads and that's going to fix everything, without knowing your business problem that you need solved. So that's very, very important to say. Another important piece is I had a working funnel. Like, let's just talk about that for a minute. When people found me with my ads, I had landing pages that converted. I had nurture emails that convert. I have sales calls that convert. I have years of content. Like, my ads work so fucking well because everything else in my business works so freaking well. I'm trying to like drop all the bombs here, but I have an offer that supports someone to get a transformation. It blows up their business in a good way. It helps them make more money than they've ever made in their business. It puts, more clients, tens of thousands of dollars of new revenue in their bank account. I've been offering these services for years, so it's not just about the results I help my clients get now when we work together, but it's about the results they can get years and years from now. So like, even clients who no longer work with me, their business is still benefiting from working together because we fundamentally changed their business for forever. Their cash is still up. The results keep compounding for years and they keep getting an ROI, even if we're not working together one-to-one anymore. I also have messaging that's on point. I've dialed in my positioning. I know my audience. I know my people. I know what they're struggling with. I also have a high sales call conversion rate. One, because I attract the right people. And two, because I've been on hundreds, hours and hours and hours of sales calls. And I feel really comfortable on them. I feel really comfortable pitching. I feel really comfortable talking about like stickiness and what's coming up and how I can support them. I also have a very high renewal rate, so I'm not constantly searching for new clients. I only have a spot or two open at any given time, which makes compounding my cash so much easier. I'm not in scarcity. I'm not needing to book a client right now. I'm not needing the ads to work like right now, or else everything is going to be doom and gloom and I'm going to fail and close everything down. So you can run ads without all of that stuff being in place. But you're typically in a position where you're willing to spend more just to like collect the data faster. but also just might mean it's not the right strategy for you. And even my clients who have made over 100K just in the past few weeks, they have a working funnel, but ads are still not the problem, or they're still not the solution to a problem that they have. So please don't hear this strategy. Like, please be discerning here. Please use your CEO thinking skills. Book a consult and we can talk if you're not sure. Because for so many people, doing this strategy would be flushing money down the toilet. So what I want you to think about instead, since I'm talking through all of this, I'm sharing my experience, I'm sharing, what on the back end helped this work so well. So what you need to answer is, what does your business need right now? And I've had consults with business owners making 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, and they don't know the answer to this question. So please don't make yourself wrong. Or they feel like their business needs like 50 things from them right now, which is a problem because you can't focus on 50 things at once and do any of them well or expect any of them to work. This is why it's hard. This is why I only offer one-to-one, because if nothing else, even if you book a consult, you'll at least walk away knowing, what does my business need right now? What is the problem to solve? What is the thing to close the gap? You will walk away with so much clarity, like whether it's working together or not. And that is more powerful. It is more valuable than any PDF, any free training. It's more valuable than asking ChatGPT or YouTube or outsourcing to your friends or buying a membership or a course. And again, this is hard to do alone. Like, this is why I have my own one-to-one coach after 4+ years. It's just hard to do because we've got to ignore what's trending. We've got to ignore probably what's in our face online. We've got to ignore what feels easy, because so often the thing for so many business owners that feels easy isn't the thing their business actually needs, but it's like, for us, for our nervous system, it's like what we've gravitated to. And sometimes that's not the thing that's gonna, increase your reach or get clients or people to your landing page. So book a consult, get this level of clarity in your business. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. So knowing what your business needs right now will take you from just being an online service provider, scrounging for your next client, to being the CEO, to being able to problem solve, to be the sought after guru in your industry. You'll just know how to win the game that is business, because you always know, no matter what changes with the industry, no matter what changes with trends or algorithms or whatever, like, you fundamentally know how to attract clients, how to convert them, and how to solve for problems in your business. And that is when you're just unstoppable. I mean, the consult I had this morning, that the conversation we had, like, she's a mom. She doesn't have a lot of time. When she does have time, she wants her actions to be super powerful. And running a household with multiple kids, we want our business to be so simple. And so this makes everything so simple. So grab a consult. You can at least have clarity so things can be simple. I'll put the link below after this, but we'll just recap here for a second. My reach was way down, leads dried up, clients were drying up, cash down. And I know I'm not the only one. I know the past year or two has been super hard. We've had multiple bookkeeping clients go out of business. My one-to-one clients, partnership clients, are crushing it, having their best month yet, making over $100,000 in a couple weeks without ads. Like, they are killing it, but people are struggling online. And, seeing the gaps, trusting yourself to close it, this is what created over $56,000 in sales for me. It's what added the people to my list, added people to my Instagram account, to this Facebook group. And again, this may or may not be the right strategy for you. Again, most of my clients don't run ads, and they're still crushing it this year. You can still have amazing results. But you do have to solve your lead. You do have to know that you can attract people and that you can convert them. So again, grab your consult and we'll figure out, do you have a leads problem? Do you have a conversion problem? Is it something else, like, that none of this stuff would even help solve? So let's figure that out. Again, we will give you so much clarity. So I cannot wait to talk to you on a consult. DM me if you have any questions about what to expect, what happens on these calls. Like, I'm here for all of it. So again, I will be back next week, but grab your consult and I can't wait to see you on your call. Bye.